Hello everybody, Carnage back here again, and today I'm going to be doing a pickups video from Des Moines Comic Con. So it was a pretty fun Comic Con. This is the first one they've had in about, I want to say like maybe almost 2.5 years, maybe less. But anyway, very good show. There wasn't a whole lot of action figure related things, but there was a load of comics, and I'm not joking when I say that, like loads of comics. Like uh, one of the booths that I went to had the first, yeah, first appearance of Captain America joining the Avengers. So that was Avengers number 4, I believe. Yeah, they had that. I wanted to look at it and hold it, but I was just thinking I was gonna, accidentally destroy it or something. But I mean, that was a big thing I saw. And then I also saw the first issue of Old Man Logan, another very good book, and just a lot of other very expensive books that I could not afford. But basically, this is everything that I could find, and there's actually some that I'm very, very happy that I found. Like, extremely happy that I found. But I'm going to be starting off with the mystery packs that I bought for about $10 a piece, and there was a chance of getting like $50 worth of items in it. And I mean, I bought two of them, so that's $20. And the first one I opened just basically gave me back my money, kind of, I guess. And yeah, but first up we have Demon Days Cursed Web issue number 1, and this is a variant cover. And this is a $10 book from what it looks like. And like, I know that they have like a couple variant covers and like exclusives in these, plus like a load of other comics that they're just trying to like move and get rid of. And up next we have Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider issue number 3, and this is the team up one with the Amadeus Cho Hulk, Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, X-23 Wolverine. That's what this team up is. So this is a book from when he was like just recently introduced. And then next up we have Magic number 1, and this is basically like Magic the Gathering. I personally have never read anything about Magic the Gathering, never done anything with Magic the Gathering. But I mean, it might be a good book. I personally haven't read it. And then the next one up is Overwatch Tracer London Calling issue number 1. And I'm personally not a fan of Overwatch, so I'm probably going to be getting rid of that book. And then a book that kind of caught my eye because it's just a very, very nice cover. This is Firepower by Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney. And this is issue number 12, and it's a beautiful looking cover in my opinion. And I mean, the art style kind of reminds me a little bit of Invincible, but I know it's not drawn by what's his name? I can't remember his name, but the guy who is drawing the Incredible Hulk story right now. I seriously cannot remember his name right now, but I mean, that's what that art style kind of reminds me of. It's different, but it vaguely reminds me of it. And then up next we have a issue number 16 of Dan Slott's Amazing Spider-Man. And this book is from 2016, okay. And I can tell because, well, the Marvel Legends Juggernaut. And I am still happy that I got this wave. Like, still one of my personal favorite waves. And the weakest one out of this entire wave is still that Phoenix to me. But I mean, all the other figures were just phenomenal, especially the Deadpool and the Wolverine. And I personally don't remember if I've read anything with Dan Slott before. But I mean, This is definitely one of my favorite designs for the Spider-Man costume. Like, I just always liked that fluorescent blue look. And then up next, I have the Amazing Spider-Man from Nick Spencer, and this is issue number 39. And this is actually one of my personal favorite looking covers because, well, I mean, J. Jonah Jameson and Spider-Man going head to head, just pretty awesome. And I haven't read it yet, but I did enjoy the last, like, I think I read from like issue 60, like whichever one introduced his new suit, from that one up until the end of the run at 93. Like, it was a very good run. And then up next I have issue 59 to that same story. And then, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge X-Men fan, but I mean, this is just a pretty awesome cover. And I don't know who any of the people are on it, but if any of you guys know, just let me know. But I mean, that's just a very gorgeous cover. And it is written by Jonathan Hickman, who did one of my personal Fantastic Four stories. And then up next, I have X-Force issue 18. 18, yep. Again, another amazing looking cover. Like, and I have not read an X-Men book since Uncanny X-Men in like 2012, 2013, something like that. Then up next, I have issue number 9 of Strange Academy, and this is, excuse me, a variant cover. And I haven't read Strange Academy. I've been told it's very good. I just have personally not remembered to grab anything from it. And then up next we have Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon, issue number 4. And I know I do have issue number 1 to this, and I thought it was okay. But now I have issue number 4, and I'm kind of curious what it's about. Because from what it looks like, Luke Cage is introduced into this book at some point. And I do like Luke Cage a lot. Haven't read anything by him in a while, but I probably should start reading again. And then up next I have Iron Man issue 244. And this is from the 90s, I can tell. Oh, okay. And then this is just the best opening to a book. Rhodey carrying Tony. That's funny. That's very funny. This book is from 1989. Okay. So this is just right before the Iron Man TV show came out. Okay. And then up next I have Wiccan and Hulking from the King in Black story. And I personally loved the King in Black story. And I didn't have an opportunity to get every side story, but I'm happy I did get this one. Because, well, Wiccan, for those of you who did not know, became the leader of the coalition of the Skrulls and the Kree, because he's the son of a Kree soldier and a Skrull. I think it's the Skrull Queen. I might be mistaken about that. But very, very cool cover. Really enjoyed the King in Black story. And if I remember correctly, it dives in deeper with the, what was it called? Empire storyline, if I remember correctly, for the Hulkling, and becoming the ruler of the Kree and the Skrulls. And then up next we have the Heroic Age issue number 2 for the New Avengers. And this is a pretty cool cover. And I personally have not read a lot of the New Avengers stuff, so kind of happy I got issue number 2. And if I remember correctly, I think I might have issue number 1, but I might be mistaken about that. And then next up I have a couple Wonder Woman books. I have 768 and 776. And I truthfully don't read anything Wonder Woman related. But I mean, this book definitely looks the most interesting out of them. And don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful cover, but just seems a little, what's the word? Like fairy tale-ish, because there's a lot of pixies on the cover. I'm assuming they're pixies anyway. But I'll give them a read at some point. And then Justice League Last Ride, issue number 3 by Chip Zdarsky, who also did one of my personal favorite stories called Spider-Man Life Story, and also Fantastic Four Life Story, I believe he did. And he's a pretty good writer. I was going to say artist, but I know that. And this is a variant cover. And, like, I haven't read this story since issue number 2, but I know I do have everything from issue 1 and up. And I think it was only like a 7-issue series, if I remember correctly. But up next we have Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom, issue number 4. And this is a variant cover to that. And these are just the books that I'm basically going from least exciting to the most exciting for these books, if I didn't mention that. And then up next we have the New 52 Justice League, issue number 7. Pretty cool cover. And I personally really did enjoy a lot of the things that came out of the New 52, especially the Flash. Like, I love that Flash story. Just a very, very good story. And then DC Rebirth, issue number 29 of the Green Lanterns. And I have not read anything Green Lantern related, and it might stay like that, but I mean, this is just a pretty cool cover. I mean, I don't know who a lot of these characters are. I know I've seen him before, I just can't remember her name, and I know that's something Cruz. I can't remember her name, but I'll try to give it a read at some point. And then a book I was actually trying to find, because from what I understand, this Iron Man series is pretty good, and I haven't even read issue 1 yet. I know I bought issue 1, I just have put off reading it, and then I didn't buy anything after issue number 1, because I was going to buy more after I started reading it, which I didn't, because, well, I mean, other things piqued my interest at the time, and then I just kept putting it off. But now I have issue number 2 to that story, and I just really love the Alex Ross artwork on these. And if I remember correctly, for issue number 1, it was a full wraparound cover, which I personally love those covers the most. They're just gorgeous. And then up next we have issue number 4 of Captain America, and this is the Marvel Knights 20th year anniversary cover. And I personally really like this cover. It's very reminiscent of the Fallen Sun storyline of this, because the cover just kind of looks like how that Captain America did in that book, or like the covers for it. Like, the art style looks very reminiscent of that book to me, personally. And I know I said a lot of words and I confused myself saying that. So if you're confused, don't feel bad. I confused myself. And then a book I was pretty excited to find in that was Spider-Man issue number 27, Spider-Man 2099 issue number 27. And for those of you that don't know, I am a huge fan of Spider-Man 2099. He's just the coolest costume for Spider-Man ever, in my opinion. Along with the Final Stand, I believe it's called, if I remember correctly. Like that costume that he wore when he was, like, older, and it was like a leather jacket and the Ben Reilly Spider-Man mask, I think. And sorry about the train. And then another book that I was pretty happy to find in the in the mystery boxes was Age of Ultron book number 2. And I know I do have issue number 1 and issue 7, I think. But I was very excited when I found issue number 2. Like, I didn't know Moon Knight was even in this story. But I'm very happy that I got it, because I will be reading this as soon as I physically can. And I mean, like Brian Michael Bendis is just a very good storyteller, and I mean this art is just phenomenal looking. And then up next we have Inhumans Once in Future Kings issue number 3. And I'm not a huge fan of the Inhumans. I know there might be some people that are. Me personally, I am not. I've only read like 3 books since I've been reading comics about the Inhumans, so I don't really know a lot about it. And then these next few books that I am about to show you guys are from, like, they also had long boxes of comics that you could look through, and I actually found a few that I actually really wanted. And first one up is Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. And for those of you who do not know what Scooby-Doo Apocalypse is, it's basically Scooby-Doo taking place during a monster outbreak. Basically, it's kind of like zombie virus type of thing, where the monsters are going and killing people and stuff like that. It's a very good story, and I've been trying to find issues, and this is the first one I've found from that story ever. And I am very happy I got it. And then next up, I'm also a huge fan of Red Hood and the Outlaws, and I picked up issue number 27, which phenomenal looking cover, by the way. Issue 26, another pretty cool cover. And then issue number 18, which I think is definitely one of my favorite Red Hood covers I've seen. And Red Hood is one of my favorite, like, comic book characters. Just because, like, don't get me wrong, Batman's cool and everything, but I mean, Red Hood just feels better, I think, for the Batman legacy. And then next up, I am not a huge Star Wars fan. I know my stepdad is, so I'm going to be giving this one to him. And that is Star Wars The High Republic issue number 11. And this is a $10 book from what it looks like. Which, I mean, it's a nice cover. I'm just not a huge Star Wars fan, personally. Not that there's anything wrong with Star Wars, I've just never gotten into it. And then next up, a comic book. Like, again, I'm not a huge X-Men fan, so I'm still going to keep this just because I do like the cover, but I probably won't read it for a long time, probably. But anyway, that would be X-Men Legends issue number 1, and this is the variant cover, and it's a very nice cover. If I remember correctly, no, I do not see who drew it, but I mean, it's a very cool cover. There's Havoc and Cyclops just up front doing their brotherly duties, and then there's a couple more people that seem like they're main characters, but I don't know who they are. And then next book up is Marvel Legacy issue number 1, and this is a $6 book from what it looks like. And it's a variant edition with the 3 iconic looking costumes for the big 3 of Marvel. Okay, that's just part of it. And very nice cover in my opinion. And then a book I was kind of astonished to find in here because it was the first one from the first one I opened, and that is Batman issue number 120, and this is the variant cover by Dan Hip, and let me just say, it's a very cool cover. Like, and this, from what it looks like, is a $25 book, and I found this in one that was for $10, along with the X-Men book, which is a $20 book. Like, I mean, I hit the jackpot with this one because I really do love this cover. Like, I'm sorry, it's just very beautiful to look at. Like, and I am kind of behind on the current Batman series. Excuse me. I'm only on issue, like, 106, if I remember correctly. But I mean, very, very happy I got that. Very happy, because I will be reading it once I get issues 106 and then issue 108 to current, or at least current to this book. And I know what you're saying. Oh, he said 108. He didn't say anything about 107. Yeah. And I got this book from eBay the week before I went there. And this is the first appearance of, well, I can't remember his name. But it's the first appearance of that character right there. And I know it's not Scarecrow. But I am basically slowly making my way to reading it. And then next up, I have, again, like I was talking about this earlier, Chip Zdarsky made one of my favorite things, and that is the life story. And I actually found issues 2 through 4 from the same place, and I was very happy about it. And this is issue number 2, and it has the first appearance of Black Goblin, which is basically Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin in this storyline. And he only showed up for this one issue, but I mean, it was a very, very good one, because I know in this story it does the Clone Conspiracy, Clone Saga, Clone Conspiracy, whatever the storyline that has to do with clones for Spider-Man, can't remember it. And then issue number 3 basically deals with like the Secret Wars. And like, this is a cool cover as well. It deals with Secret Wars and Kraven's Last Hunt, which are 2 of the better stories for Spider-Man, in my opinion. And then this one, basically, this is kind of like letting the Ben Reilly become Peter Parker in the storyline, if I remember correctly. And then Norman Osborn dies in it. Then again, he was like 70 something, 80 something in the story, or in this issue, and then he dies of a heart attack. Which, I mean, personally, just because of what he did to his son, I kind of deserved it, because Harry also dies in that issue, which kind of sucks. But at the end of the story, Peter goes to Mary Jane and his twins, and just starts living a life with them in the 90s. And then up next, these were all from the same booth. All of these, except for the Spider-Man life story books, came from the same booth. And what I got from the third booth I went to is What If Ghost Rider issue number 1. And this is the Robbie Reyes one. And like, I love What If. I know I've said it multiple times, but What If is definitely my personal favorite. And basically what happens in that What If issue, Robbie is giving a tour to a group, a rock band, heavy metal. I don't know what the exact term is for them, but I mean, they're basically like a Satanist who are trying to end the world. And Robbie's like, it's a very interesting story. It's kind of hard to explain, just because it was one of the more unique ones in my opinion. And then up next, these are some books I was very, very excited to find. And that is the current Thor run, and that is issue number 3. And I believe this is the first appearance of the Black Winter, or first name drop. That could also be issue number 2 if I remember correctly. But I mean, very, very good story. And I do love it. Like, I'm not a big Thor guy, but I mean, this Thor run by Donny Cates is just phenomenal so far. Along with his Hulk story that he's writing right now. Like, those 2 are just very good. And then up next we have issue number 5 of that same Thor run. And I know Thor fights the Black Winter in this one. And I can't remember if it's this one or the next one, but Thor gets more power, I believe. And speaking of next issue, here's this one. And in this one, I know he kills Galactus and makes a throne room out of his head, or a skull. And this one actually does show how Thor dies, or at least this reality, or for what it is now. Because I know before it was Gore the God Butcher, but now it's Thanos wielding Mjolnir with the Infinity Stones shoved inside of it, and there's a bunch of Marvel zombies, which I thought was pretty cool. And then speaking of Marvel zombies, this was actually from the first place I went to, and this is the first appearance of the Marvel zombies, if I remember correctly. If not, it's one of the I know it's one of the first few issues that has to do with the Marvel zombies, and that is Ultimate Fantastic Four issue number 21. And I was so ecstatic when I found this. Like it took me everything not to freak out. But I mean, this is just my favorite. Like, not the Fantastic Four, just Marvel zombies in general. Like, I loved the storyline for what I've read. I haven't read everything Marvel zombies related, but I've read nearly everything. I know I've read Marvel Zombies, Dead Days, Marvel Zombies Attack, which was with Howard the Duck leading a team from Sword, I believe. But I mean, I've never seen the first issue, and I know there was 2 of them. And like, I was excited. I was very tempted to buy both of them, but I stopped myself. But yeah, those are all the comics I got from there. And then I went to a Walmart the day after Comic Con, and I found a pretty awesome find, and that is the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. And this is a very, very cool looking figure. As you can tell, I have not opened it yet, but that's mostly because I am kind of starting to kind of pack things up, because I will be moving. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but I'm going to be moving in like at least 2 to 3 months, I want to say. So it's basically like right around the corner when I'm moving, but I still have a good amount of time. But yeah, anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. So I just want to say thank you all for watching. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, or just do anything else, because I do like making videos. So yeah, if you want more content like this, or if you want me to do a review on the Jane Foster Thor, I mean, I'm going to be doing one anyway, but if you guys want to check it out, just stay tuned on the channel, and I'll eventually get to it. But yeah, basically, thank you all for watching again, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.